Hello, my name's Michael Conneely and this video is about the new moon of the 17th of July and I've entitled it The Cauldron Bubbles, and you'll see why as I explain the energies. So the new moon of the 17th of July has Sun and Moon at Naught Vedic Cancer, the first degree of Cancer. Its root energy is thus a call for each of us to create now, in our hearts, in our life, a place of security, of responsiveness to our needs. It's a sensitive, emotional energy. And you can see the chart for this new moon on my Star Wheel Astrology website. If you do the more drop down and it says monthly charts and go to July. So this new moon in Cancer calls you to create a place of security responsive to your needs. Its energy is sensitive and emotional. And we need to realise that this new moon actually grows to become a full moon on the 1st of August. And that full moon is at 15 Capricorn in Shravana Nakshatra, the divine listener. And the sun of that full moon is at 15 Cancer in Pushyami Nakshatra, the caring warrior. So this new moon sets us off on a journey from a sensitive, nurtured, secure base with a lot of mentalistic considerations as well, because it's in Punarvasu Nakshatra, to becoming more of a nurturing person, to increasing our level of spiritual listening at this time, building in our giving of care to others, being more of the caring, giving warrior. There's a bit more detail on the accompanying blog, all about the nature of Punarvasu Nakshatra and the fact that the part of the quarter that the new moon is in Punarvasu Nakshatra, is actually Pushkara and Vargotama. So have a look at the blog for that sort of detail. But it is healer empowered. It is an energy of self-improvement. Now the next big thing to say is there's a very, very special focus on Venus as this new moon moves forward. And that is shown because Venus is the apex planet of a yod, a finger of God, a long thin triangle, and it points at Venus. And basically that is a crucial call for you to understand your Venus, and if you're in a relationship, how your loving relationship needs to be nurtured and shared and understood. The finger of God points at Venus, but the base of the yod is Pluto sextile Neptune. So Pluto is about growing in power. Neptune, at its highest, is about intuition and sensitivity. The combination at its highest is like divine listening, getting insights from the divine. Now, the next point I'd make is that very, very soon Venus goes retrograde. Now, I've just made two really important videos. The first is a general one, a sort of keynote for the future. What does it mean when Venus goes retrograde? And the second video is specifically about the Venus retrograde that starts now. So the first video is called When Venus is Retrograde, Love Needs Cherishing. And the second video is entitled Very Difficult Venus Love Energies, July to November 2023. So do have a look at those. Each of them comes in 2 parts. Each of them is supported by a detailed blog. So, it's super important to realise we're entering a Venus retrograde period. But as you've picked up from that mention of Pluto in the yard, the ongoing developing energies from this new moon are to do quite major way with Pluto power. You see, Pluto's actually opposite this new moon. And so you have an opposition of Pluto to moon, and each of those ends of the opposition connect with Neptune. So Pluto is sextile Neptune, and Sun Moon is trine Neptune. So this creates a figure known as an ambivalence triangle, where the tension in the opposition of Pluto opposite the new moon builds up and builds up and builds up, and so it discharges into the apex planet Neptune. And Neptune will thus potentially build into sensitivity and intuition as the new moon period goes forward. So let's, give yourself space for this. Maybe draw a tarot card every now and then, whatever your method is. Shamanic journeying, the list is long. And so develop your intuitive connection with your growing power. Use it powerfully and well. So find relief by using the positive qualities of intuitive sensitive Neptune. And another huge dimension of this new moon is fate and destiny. You see, the new moon is in a T-square. So clearly we have Pluto opposite the new moon, but at 90 degrees to that is the nodal axis. So it's about power, and it's about, in a way, fatedness. And each of us, therefore, will probably receive some sort of impetus from our past life issues and some sort of call to respond to and deliver our incarnational life purpose in this life. All of us coming where Ketu, the south node of the moon, is in our chart. Each of us is thrown across our chart to where Rahu, the north node, is always opposite the direction of our incarnational life purpose. And the amazing thing is that the Pluto opposite moon is at 90 degrees to that nodal axis. So how the energies of this new moon unfold will have something to do with your past life issues and your destiny direction in this life. And so the way I see it is that this moon is like a cauldron, a bubbling cauldron that will actually come to fruition, or come to the boil if you like, when the eclipses happen in October, the 14th and 28th of October. There are fated direction will come to the boil. Keep an eye on how your life is upturning to deliver the potential. You can do a vision journey now to see what does the energy of this new moon tell me I should progress forward with, to come into my power, to come into my spiritual awareness. And I hope my description of the energies and seeing the charts on my Star Wheel Astrology July page will help you get the feeling of where you should be going, of in what way your cauldron should be bubbling. I just want to warn you, there's an irritating side issue, but a very irritating side issue, and that is Saturn opposite Mars at this time. Be aware of irritation and frustration. You see, Mars wants to go, go, go. Saturn says, oh no, prepare, have a structure, be responsible. Mars gets really irritated, Saturn gets hardened. And if you're in a relationship, let the two of you agree now to loving and sharing, noting when frustration and anger seems to be bubbling around or even coming to the surface. Don't let it erupt. Be aware it's there. Remind each other, oh, we've agreed not to give in to the frustration, not to let it explode. So what is the big intention following this new moon? Well, I'd say it's to preserve and nurture your sensitive base. And nurturing your sensitive base, reach out to your fuller, more proper power, helped by the use of intuitive methods, so that you embark on a well-managed, steady, wonderful journey, rerouting if needed, and managing your relationship issues with awareness and agreed loving sharing. Ever renewing in your mind, focus on developing the fated greater potential of Pluto opposition Moon T-square, the nodal axis. Look into the cauldron. What is bubbling in the cauldron now for you? What is bubbling to come to fulfillment in your life? Keep your cauldron bubbling between now and the eclipses of October. You can get in touch with me for a reading at my Star Wheel Astrology page, and you can see my Love Star Dating, worldwide dating site supported by astrologers and healers who give readings and healings. Subscribe to my blog. My wife Maggie Pashley offers many, many, many healings worldwide. I hope this has been of help. Thank you.